All right, what's up guys? So today we're moving on to 2.8, which is gonna be images and pre-images. So we've kind of touched a little bit on this whenever we're going through all these transformations, but we're gonna kind of get into where we get into multiple transformations and how to get from the image to the pre-image or the pre-image to the image. So first we're gonna start out by just going over some basic definitions. So first, when we're talking about the image, we are talking about the before or the after. Image is known as what happens after the translation. So you're given a figure, you transform it, and then that's gonna be your image. So it's normally the after. So we can call this as triangle A prime, B prime, or C prime. And also if it goes through two transformations, we can know it as something as triangle A double prime, B double prime, and C double prime. Okay, so basically two transformations happen into that. So remember, image is always the after the transformation, okay? Then we have the pre-image. Pre-image is always known as the before or the beginning, what you started with. So we're just gonna call this before because it's before the transformation, what you have before. And those are always just going to be your normal letters. So for instance, triangle ABC. We're just gonna label it ABC. It's what you're given before, okay? Then you put it through the transformation, then you have the image. So you got pre-image, then you got image, okay? So let's go and just hop into some examples here. So on example number one here, basically what's gonna happen is they're gonna give you two different transformations that you have to do. And so you're taking EFGH, you're gonna go over the y-axis, then you're gonna rotate it 90 degrees about 0.11. So basically you're given EFGH, and at the end you're given two transformations, so you're gonna have E double prime, F double prime, G double prime, and H double prime, okay? So let's go ahead and do the first one. So we're gonna take EFGH, and we are gonna reflect it over the y-axis. So I know the rule to reflect over the y-axis is going to be X comma Y, and then I'm reflecting that over the y-axis, which is gonna be negative X comma Y. So that's gonna be my rule. So I'm basically gonna take every single one of these points and I'm gonna reflect it over the y-axis. So point E looks like it's sitting at -8, +6. So E is sitting at, wow, I messed that up. So E is sitting at -8, +6. It looks like F is sitting at -2, +6. It looks like G is sitting at -2, 3. And then H is sitting at -8, 3. And so now I need to put this all through this one transformation. Remember, after you go through one transformation, I'm gonna get E prime, I'm gonna get F prime, I'm gonna get G prime, and I'm gonna get H prime, okay? So let's go ahead and put it through the first transformation here. So right now I'm gonna take that X coordinate and I'm just gonna change it to its opposite. So I got -8, so that's gonna give me +8, 6. I got -2 as my X coordinate, so that's gonna be +2, 6. I got G as my, or -2 as my X coordinate, so that's gonna give me 2, 3. And then I'm gonna take H and that's gonna be 8, +3, okay? So now I'm given E prime, F prime, G prime, and H prime. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plot those to show that I've flipped it over the y-axis. So right now, I have 8, +6, so 8, +6. I have 2, +6. I have 2, 3. And then I have 8, +3. So I've now taken this and I've flipped it over the y-axis. So now what I need to do is I need to rotate 90 degrees about 0.11, okay? So basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna take each one of these points and I'm gonna rotate it 90 degrees about 0.11, okay? So it looks like 1, is sitting right here. So I need to take every single one of these points and I need to figure out how far it is from 1, then I'm gonna send that through the 90-degree rotation. It's gonna help me out here, okay? So now that I've plotted these, so this is E prime, this is F prime, this is G prime, and this is going to be H prime right here, I think, right? 8, 6, oh no, this is H right here, so, sorry. Okay, so 8, 6, so 8, 6, so this is E prime. This is gonna be F prime, this is gonna be G prime, and this is gonna be H prime. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna erase all these now that I got these plotted. And now I need to find all the coordinates from 1, 1. So let's go ahead and do that. So it looks like 8 or E prime from 1, 1 is sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so positive 7, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then F prime from 1, 1 is sitting at 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then G prime is sitting at 1, positive 2. And then last one is H prime, and that is sitting at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I got positive 2. Perfect. So now that I've got the points from 1, 1, I'm now going to send that through the 90-degree rotation. Okay, so I know with a 90-degree rotation, that's going to be going counterclockwise. And at 90 degrees, my rule is negative y comma x. So my rule here, I'm actually going to erase this guy and put it, is going to be x comma y, and then it's going to switch into negative y comma x. So I'm going to take every single one of these points and I want to make it E double prime, F double prime. So let's go ahead and do that. So right now for E prime, I'm now going negative yx. So that means E double prime is going to be negative 5, 7. Okay. F double prime is now sitting at negative 5, positive 1. Okay. G double prime is now sitting at negative 2, positive 1. And then lastly, H double prime is going to be sitting at negative 2, positive 7. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually take these coordinates and I'm going to plot them so we can see where this final is going to end up here. Okay, so right now, negative 5, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So right here, we're sitting right here. Okay, so this is going to be E double prime. Okay, so F is negative 5, 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, positive 1. So this is going to be F double prime. So G prime double prime is sitting at negative 2, 1. So negative 2, 1. So this is G double prime. And then lastly, H double prime is sitting at negative 2, 7. So negative 2, positive 7. This is going to be H double prime. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you can see I first took this, I flipped it across the y-axis, and then I rotated it back 90 degrees, and this is where my final figure ended up. So again, the blue is my pre-image, the black here is gonna be my image, because I took it, flipped it over the y-axis, then rotated it 90 degrees about 1, 1. Okay? All right, now looking at example number 2. So right now it's given me A double prime, B double prime, and C double prime. So right now we see those prime symbols, so that automatically triggers and tells me, oh, I am taking this and I am doing, this is my image, this is my after. So now what it wants me to do is it wants me to do my pre-image. So it says, A double prime, B double prime, C double prime has been translated left 4 units and reflected over the line y equals 1. So we need to find A, B, C. So that means we need to basically undo everything that just happened. So right now, it has been translated left 4. So that means we need to take everything and go back to the right 4. So that means for every single one of these ordered pairs, I'm just gonna add 4 to the x coordinate, okay? So now I'm just going to go ahead and work backwards. So A prime, it looks like A double prime is sitting at -7, +2. So I'm going to add 4 to -7. So that's going to put me at -3, +2. B prime, or B double prime, which is going to take me to B prime, okay? I'm going to add 4 to the x coordinate. So right now, B prime is sitting at -7, +8. So I'm just going to add 4 to the x coordinate, which -7 plus 4 is going to give me -3. So 8. And then C prime is going to be sitting at -2, +5. So I'm going to add 4 to -2, which is going to put me at +2. Perfect. Okay, these are going to be my coordinates if I moved it all to the right, or to the right 4 spaces, which if I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, this is going to be B prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, this is going to be A prime. And then lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is going to be C prime. Perfect. So that's my triangle if I move it that, okay? So now I'm going to undo y equals -1. I'm basically just going to reflect it back over y equals -1. So right now, my equation y equals -1 is going to be this line, if it'll draw, going straight across right here, okay? So right now, C is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces from that line. So I'm going to go to the other side of the line, and I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is just going to be point C because I undid both the primes, okay? It looks like A prime is sitting 1 space from that line, so I'm just going to go 1 space over. So I'm going to have to erase this. So 1 space over is going to put me right here. So this is going to be point A. And then lastly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from that. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this is going to be my point B. Okay, let me go ahead and just erase the clutter so we can see everything here. Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, here is your triangle for ABC. So it looks like point A, after the final reduction, or basically going backwards, is going to be sitting at -3, 0. So it looks like B is going to be sitting at -3, -6. And then C is going to be sitting at 2, -3. So basically what I did was I took that image and then I basically moved it backwards through the pre-image, okay? All right, guys, so good luck on your skill check. If you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or just raise your hand and ask for questions. Have a good one.